Hi, and welcome back to Diana Shares the News podcast, brought to you by the DigiZone Network. The highlight for today's podcast, the top stories of 2025. These are my picks. And welcome to the new year, by the way. Now, for the top stories in 2025, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States. He is the news. He makes news just about every day. And there's no doubt that leaders of other nations wake up every day and the first thing they look for is, what is Trump doing today? What has he said today? What happened overnight that he said or is going to do or did that I need to know about because of how it will affect my nation? Donald Trump, he is the news. Pope Francis died on April 21, 2025. The leader of the Roman Catholic Church worldwide was succeeded by the first U.S. pontiff, Pope Leo XIV, who was appointed, named, selected on May 8, 2025. Next, Charlie Kirk, a conservative activist and global movement leader, was assassinated on September 10, 2025 in Orem, Utah at Utah Valley University. Skeptics are suspicious of the official account of the political assassination because that in fact is what it is and what it was, a political assassination. Kirk had a global audience. His influence spread across the globe to many, many countries. This wasn't apparent until after his death, when social media apps from people were just posting from all over the world how they were sorry that this had happened, that his voice had been silenced. Oh, he had his detractors, no doubt about it, but his importance cannot be overstated, and how he influenced the re-election of Donald Trump cannot be underestimated. Wars, big ones, the main ones, the Russia-Ukraine war, which continues to drag on with thousands on both sides that have died in this conflict. The Israel-Hamas war reached a fragile ceasefire agreement in 2025. I don't know yet if that's going to hold or not, but that conflict has resulted in the total destruction of Gaza, the obliteration of Gaza. All right, U.S. tariffs. Import taxes as a weaponized policy tool have upended the global economy. And it's not just the United States that began reviewing, like, what can we set import taxes on, how much, how will this help our economy locally, but other nations began to review their potential for tariffs. It's one of those areas, if it's ignored, if you don't use, well, you lose. We've yet to see what the total effect will be on the U.S. economy, because of course it plays with other issues such as interest rate cuts, spending, government spending particularly, private investment, and so forth. Next, the U.S. military. Service members have been deployed to the U.S.-Mexico border to assist with the wide-ranging crackdown on illegal immigration. The use of the military as a force to control immigration, not done too often, and not on the scale that we've seen it happen under the Trump administration, but it is happening. The other use of the military, which is yet more rare, is the deployment of National Guard members and others to cities with high crime rates in order to control crime. Washington, D.C. was the most dramatic example of what using the military can do to a community that has complained about spiraling crime rates. The final effects are yet to be seen in both areas, okay, immigration and law enforcement. Candace Owens, a controversial figure and friend of Charlie Kirk, has emerged as the most popular podcaster globally, breaking barriers for talented women and men of color in cyberspace. She also has come to represent the trend of individual and independent podcasters and the influence they can have on audiences they develop, in the case of Candace Owens, from scratch. In a very short time, Candace has become a household name globally. She's young, intelligent, a mother. Her husband supports her in this endeavor because she has been threatened. Her safety has been threatened. She has been threatened in courts. She has been still attempting to survive coordinated campaigns to discredit her. But as I said, she's a brilliant young woman with a lot of future in her, who has personally one of my favorite podcasters, okay? Let me say that as a matter of disclosure. All right. Now we have Soran Mamdani. Mr. Mamdani is very young, the first Muslim mayor of New York City. He is a self-professing socialist. We'll see whether socialist policies work in New York City or not. I doubt it, because you can't just give money away. You can't just give benefits away. You've got to have income coming in to pay for those things. That was what caused communism to collapse in the Soviet Union and its satellites, and why China doesn't really function and can't function as a communist country. We've seen what's happened with others, okay? So forget that. Well, Mr. Mamdani, despite his charismatic appeal, will soon learn the hard way what it's like to run into a brick wall. There are many other top stories, important events that occurred in 2025, such as the rapid extension of artificial intelligence, or AI, the pending sale of TikTok, and its future on whether U.S. citizens will be able to continue to access this wildly popular social media app. TikTok can't live without it, many people say. We'll see what happens next. This was it. My picks for the top stories in 2025. Speaking of starting from scratch, this podcast, I invite you to follow us in 2026. Diana Shares the News is a product of the independent DigiZone network. Diana Washington Valdez, co-producer. I am a lifetime journalist, independent. I do not have big name donors behind me. I am not affiliated with any politician or political party. All right. So that's the edge I have over others that are beholden to interests, what we call special interests. Okay. So I'll be bringing who knows what, because I am interested in so many things, and so are you. So I just want to mention that the cover picture for this podcast was generated with the help of AI. to produce the symbolic images of the top stories. Until the next podcast, this is Diana Shares the News.